Jmiles here, and welcome to another video. I know it's been a while since I've actually spoken to the camera, and by a while I just mean like December, I'm pretty sure, January, I don't remember, but as from the title you can see that today we're going to do a Q&A in celebration for my 100 subs, so that's cool. By the way, thank you guys so much for the 100 subs. I've hit 100 before, but that channel doesn't exist anymore, so let's not get into it. A few days ago, I asked my story to ask me some questions. So I have a list of questions here. Altogether, there are 40 questions. Now, the questions I got from my Instagram story, by the way, shout out to Taylor because he did give me the most questions. Like, a lot of my friends gave me more than one question, so thank you for that. But Taylor gave me the most, so shout out to Taylor. And also, this video is dedicated to Oriana. So Oriana, if you're seeing this, hey. Now, I want to jump right into it because I have this, like, once I got the camera on me, I have this urge to speak about everything in the world. We're not going to do that. We're going to hop right into the questions so you guys can know more about me, because I feel like I don't say that much about me. And at first I was doing that because there's a lot of things I disagree with when it comes to public opinion. Like, there's a lot of things I don't agree with. So I tend to like hide my info and information because I feel like one of these days when I slip up and say something that I don't like and everyone else doesn't like it, I'm going to get canceled. And that's one of my fears, because when you're canceled, that's it. You're done. So I mean, I wouldn't let it slide, but there's a lot of people who believe in cancel culture. So what I'm trying to say is it'd be a wrap for me. But let's jump into the YouTube stuff. I mean, what question? What? All right, let's just jump into it. What made you start YouTube? Now, what made me start, that's hard to answer. What made me start YouTube was skits and short films. I used to watch a lot of Spider-Man short films when I was little, and that made me want to make my own films. So believe it or not, when I first started YouTube, my intention was to make skits, but I ended up branching out to gaming because of PewDiePie, Jacksepticeye, Dashie, and all them. But yeah, what made me want to start YouTube was skits. I wanted to like be funny on YouTube, I guess. Favorite game you've played? My favorite game that I played ever, like in the world, is probably this old Ghostbusters game that I'll show on my screen somewhere. It was like an arcade game that I used to play with my dad and my brothers when I was really, really small. But I don't have any footage or any videos or anything of that from that time. But I was super small. Those were good days. But my favorite game that I probably played last year, Miles Morales. Yes, I'm biased. Don't care. Tell me about your all-time fave game and all-time fave movie. Now, all-time. Now, there's a difference between favorite and all-time. So I'm going to give all-time favorite game to Horizon Zero Dawn. That game was fire. I recommend that game to anybody who just wants to play a single-player game with a really good story. And it also has a female lead. So if you're one of those really strong feminists, I'd say go for that game. That game was awesome. I still think about it. And Taylor, I hope you play that. I really do. Please beat that for me. Beat that game for me, please. How are you, my man? Okay, so how am I? I haven't been doing that good recently. As I'm editing this, I can say that I'm actually doing much better. There's still times where I do have very, very sad things or sad thoughts that I think about, but just know that I am doing much better. So I recorded this a few weeks ago. So now that as I'm editing this, I'm telling you guys that I am doing better. Don't worry about me. Bye. He just got out of a relationship, so I've been stressed out a little bit. I've been sad or whatever, but I have been keeping myself busy. I've been killing it in school, by the way, and I have been really tackling on my hobbies with writing, editing, gaming, just really connecting with myself in a way, just trying to get used to being by myself again, because at the end of the day, it's kind of better this way. 5. What's school like? Ups and downs. School is okay. I mean, I'm passing, so that's good. I'd say the ups are the benefits of virtual. A lot of people hate it at first. I do like it. It helps me focus more. I'm able to pass classes more. The only downs I'd say is how I miss my friends a lot, and I miss the bus rides. I love the bus rides. I would just sit there and listen to music like throughout the whole ride, and that helped me think. I love bus rides. What motivates you? There's a lot of things that motivate me. My imagination is it's crazy, right? It's a good thing but a bad thing because it doesn't help with overthinking. But it's good because there's a lot of movies and animes and shows that I watch where the protagonist just does everything he can or she can to get something done. So when I truly feel like I'm at my low, that's like all that goes through my head. I think about the protagonist that's been through so much but still has to keep going. So that's how I see myself. And like I'm not trying to say that the world revolves around me because it definitely doesn't. But when it comes to those moments, I try to really say, okay, I got this. I'm gonna get through this. I'm bad right now. I'm sad right now, but I'm gonna feel better later on. So that's what motivates me. I'd say anime and TV shows. The protagonist motivates me to keep going because the protagonist always keeps going. How are you so incredibly handsome now? I wasn't gonna put this in because I didn't want to seem like oh look at me, I'm a handsome dude. But I just wanted to say shout out to my dad for giving me my looks and shout out to my mom for giving me my looks. I feel like I got most of my looks from me. No offense to dad or mom, but this is original. This is originality. Just throwing that out there. But all jokes aside, I do look more like my mom out of both of my parents. So shout out to my mom. She's beautiful. You have a vid in your channel that you're most proud of or a milestone you're most proud of. Now this one, because when I was making this list, I was like thinking of what I'd say, and I still couldn't think about what I'd say for this. I feel like the video I'm most proud of, like ever, is probably one of some of my oldest videos when I used to edit on a really old laptop with Windows Movie Maker. That was the glory days when Fortnite was at its peak, and I was like really putting out video after video after video. And also the Minecraft Hardcore Part 3, that's not out yet, but that video, I put a lot of time into it. Like, I learned more about editing, like how to trim out dead space when it gets quiet, and just that video itself has a lot of time into it. It's a simple video. It's not crazy edits or anything of that, like, at all. But when I finished it, I was really proud of how it came out. So that's definitely got to be one of the videos that I'm proud of. Or a milestone that you're proud of. The milestone I'm proud of is 100. Like, I'm really, like, shocked. Like, I didn't want to say anything for a while because my friends and some people, like, once you hit a milestone and you shout it out as soon as it happens, there's always tends to be a setback. Like, some people unsub to be funny, or some people just unsub because they're like, oh, he has 100. I wonder if I can make that go down, you know? Like, just people just who wants to, like, just have fun. Or so no, nothing personal, but I'd say 100 is my favorite. If not 100, then maybe even 10. Even though I'd say that the first 10 subs was probably me and my friends because, excuse me. Excuse me. I had soda before this. Okay, what I'm trying to say is my first subs, I say my first 20 or first 15 are all my friends. When I first started this channel, I used to ask all my friends in elementary school if I could borrow their phones, and I legit searched myself up and subscribed to myself. A lot of people are embarrassed or scared to show their friends their channel because they're scared for them to see the videos. One, you got to start from somewhere. Like, you're gonna need that sub or other subs so that channel can be seen or shown to other people, because YouTube probably won't show your stuff if you don't have that much of an audience. So you need the subs. Two, half the time your friends won't watch your stuff. Like, and that's not them being messed up or anything. It's just they have other YouTubers to watch, bigger YouTubers to watch, and they see you almost every day, so they don't really see the issue. Like, you shouldn't let your friends or anything embarrass you from showing you like what you want to grow or what you want to do, is what I'm trying to say. I never let that slow me down. Like, there was times where I would be embarrassed and they'd like watch it, and then I remember myself just laughing with them, because at the end of the day, it's cool that they like and they're laughing at my videos. So for anyone out there, especially Manny, if you're watching this, show your friends your stuff, make them subscribe to you, and you'll grow. I promise. One food for the rest of your life: burgers. I'm saying burgers because that's my favorite food of all time. And burgers have so much, there's a lot of aspects to a burger. You can have like say you're getting fat, you can switch up to a vegan burger real quick, a vegetarian burger. Then if you're feeling super duper, you can have like a big, like a crazy burger. Like, burgers can change up. People would think burgers just a cheeseburger or a hamburger. No, burgers can switch up. They can diverse. So, burger. Okay, guys, bad news. While I was recording this, my phone stopped recording the video, but I still had my mic audio going from my laptop. So the good thing is I record audio on my microphone and on my phone. The bad news is there's no more video of me. So here's some background footage of me trying to beat hard mode on the weeks on Friday Night Funkin'. I'd say still try to listen to me and use the footage as like something to watch, because it's kind of boring just watching a black screen and hearing someone talk. So I thought I'd give you guys something to watch. So yeah, I'm actually pretty bad at the game, so try not to make fun of me. On this childhood / teenhood memory, I'm gonna give one childhood, because this is technically my childhood, but when I talk about childhood, I'm gonna talk about like when I was younger, and I'll give you guys teenhood, like as in my teen years. So my favorite kid memory, like ever, like the one that I think about a lot, is probably when I would grow up my nails, and I had really, really bad nails. Like now I make sure they don't grow at all. Like that's just what I do. But I had really, really bad nails. It was always dirty or something, so I'd always have to cut them. And I used to cut off the sides of them and let them grow out up here, because I used to like Teen Wolf a lot when I was little, and I still do like it a lot. I ended up finishing it now, but I used to cut the sides of them and let them grow up to have the same claws from Teen Wolf. And my favorite teen memory is probably, he's gonna think I'm saying this to like soften him up, but it's probably when I hung over at my friend Taylor's house and we watched this movie called The Eternal Sunshine of a Spotless Mind. That movie was beautiful, and if not that movie, then when we watched Stand By Me. Those days, bro, like favorite. He's gonna think I'm just saying this. I'm not just saying this. That's my answer to the question. What the dog doing? Man, I don't even know. What is the dog doing? What is the dog doing?
Hey, let me get a minute. Hey, let me get one too.
Hey, let me hold one.
Yeah, you get that right there. What the dog doing?
My favorite animal is probably a lion or a wolf. A lion because I'm a Leo, and probably a wolf because Teen Wolf. Favorite Star Wars movie so far? Now, I actually started watching these movies in order because I want to get into Star Wars, and so I haven't watched all of them yet. But if I were to say my favorite one, because I haven't watched a few, I'm gonna say the first one. I'm gonna say the first one. That's the only one that I actually watched, like, because I don't want to say the one I just saw, because the one I just saw was like the prequel, and that one was okay. It wasn't bad, but the first one, I'm gonna give it to the first one. The first one's my favorite so far. What's your favorite TV show? My favorite TV show is Teen Wolf. And if not Teen Wolf, then Deadly Class, which sucks because it got canceled, but I loved it a lot. What do you want to be when you get older? When I get older, I'm hoping that I am an actor. I want to be an actor really, really bad. Like, I want it bad that I would not do anything too extreme to get it. But I do want to be an actor. Like, that's what I want to be. And I'm really hoping that goes well for me. Freshman advice. Now, this is shout out to KJ, because KJ, my friend, he didn't know what to put a question, like what to put in the box. I told him don't worry about it, but he ended up never reading that message, so he just said freshman advice to just give me a question. So KJ, and for anyone else who's watching, link below if you guys want to see my video on freshman advice, where I do give advice to freshmen. But a lot of people said that this advice could just apply to life in general, so I guess it's just life advice more than freshman advice. What is your opinion on globalism? Is it ever going to happen successfully? Now, I'm not going to lie to you. I had no idea what that was. I had to watch a couple videos on it to know what it is. My opinion on globalism, I do not agree with globalism, and I hope it doesn't happen successfully. And I know a lot of people might disagree, but I just don't like the thought of all those companies just ruling over the world over money. My thoughts on globalism is a complete no. I feel like that'd be a dystopia. Favorite game? Oh my god, I kept putting these questions in. I'm just gonna give you a different game that I like a lot. Another game that I like a lot is probably Batman Arkham City. That's a good game. You guys should play it. Favorite YouTuber? Someone you looked up to and why? Now, my favorite YouTuber ever is Corey X Kenshin. A lot of people are gonna be like, oh, you're just saying that because he's trending. I've been watching him for 3 years. And my favorite person that I look up to is not a real person. I'd say it's probably a protagonist. My favorite person I look up to is Izuku Midoriya, or Deku from My Hero Academia. Again, another protagonist that I think of when I feel like things are getting rough and I gotta keep going. Deku, all the way. And fun fact, before I had my own identity, because I didn't know what I wanted to do for this channel, I kept switching it up. Deku was one of those. Deku was my theme for a while. So if anyone's been there for that long, you knew that Deku was my banner and my profile picture. Talk about someone who is important to you. I'm not gonna talk about anime characters, so I'll think of one of my family members or my friends. I'm gonna talk about one of my friends, and don't let this belittle any of my other friends. Any of my other friends who are watching, don't let this make you think, oh, then I guess he doesn't think of me that way. That's not the case. I'm just gonna speak of someone who I've been recently talking to a lot, who's been really helping me. Her name is Oriana, and she is awesome. She's been helpful throughout the whole process, and I just hope I'm helping her as much as she's helping me. And she's just great. So the things I want to say about her is she's awesome, she's sweet, and I hope she stays hydrated. Drink more water, seriously. Biggest dream. My biggest dream is to become an actor. Like legit. Like there's times when I use the bathroom and stuff, and before I use the bathroom, I look in the mirror and I just say a few lines to myself, or I recite a few scenes that I really enjoyed from movies. Like I want to be an actor. I really want to be an actor. Craziest thing you've ever done. The craziest things I ever done wasn't even intentional, but I'd say the craziest thing I've ever done was when I was on the jetties. The jetties are like these rocks on the by the ocean that the fishers go to so they can like fish. And the rocks down the lowest parts have like moss and algae on them. It's probably algae, not moss. Okay, I'm not gonna waste my time thinking of that, but the tide was low, so you can get down on those rocks, right? The tide was super low, so we were down there, right? I slipped and fell first. Oh my god, how am I getting the story wrong? It's on my Instagram too. I slip and fall, and I'm sliding down, right? And I can't swim. I cannot swim, and I know I should learn how to swim, but I can't. So I'm falling down, and I'm sliding, and there's like, and the jetties are like perfectly aligned to the point that I'm just sliding from jetty to jetty. So I quickly catch myself before I go in the ocean, because like if I'm going to the ocean, then that's a wrap. I'm a goner. So then my cousin, he sees me fall and slides. He's like, Jerron, and I go, Boogie, no, wait. He slips, he slips too, and he goes sliding down too, and he catches himself. And I'm just like, oh my god, I'm gonna die. I ended up getting up, obviously, I'm okay. And Jason was cracking up. We hated him for that entire day. But yeah, that was cool. I mean, it wasn't cool because I could have, drowned, and my parents would have hated me for dying. But after walking away from that, I felt like I was in some sort of spy movie or something. If you could meet anyone, dead or alive, right now, who would it be? This one's good. I don't know, should I cheat this question? Should I choose someone who's alive and someone who's dead? No, I'll answer. The one person I'd want to meet is Jaden Smith. I feel like me and him could be good friends. So Jaden, if you're watching this, hit me up, man. I got nothing to do. We can make an album together. Guys, those are the ends of the 23 questions that I got from Instagram. Now, I knew from the start that I wouldn't have enough questions that I'd want. The next questions that I read are the questions that I found online that I thought were cool and I wanted to answer, because again, I want to tell you guys more about me. And I feel like I owe that to you guys for giving me 100 subs. I know that's not a lot, but I'm grateful, and thank you again. Let's move on. If you were a superhero, what powers would you have? Now, the powers that I would have, that's kind of OP because I can choose a lot of powers, but I'm gonna keep it simple and stick it to one. Pyrokinesis. I would love to manipulate fire. That'd be sick. 25. What are your hobbies? My hobbies consist of writing, singing, a lot of gaming, and a lot of editing and recording. Like, there's a lot of videos that haven't made the cut because I just didn't like them anymore and I deleted them. But those are my hobbies. Definitely writing and editing. And I love writing. I write a lot. Who is your favorite author? I don't read that much, but I feel like my favorite author is Rick Riordan. I love his books a lot, and those are the books I really remember out of all the books that I have read. How old were you when you learned Santa wasn't real? How did you find out? Now, I don't remember how old I was, and I know my parents or my nana would probably disagree, but I found out Santa wasn't real from the get-go because my house doesn't have a chimney. That's literally how I knew. My house doesn't have a chimney. For a while I believed it, but when I saw the movies, I'm like, I don't have a chimney. So I figured it wasn't Santa. And then one day, when I did hear them rapping, I did get up and I did see them, and I was like, okay, Santa's not real. So that's how I found out. I wish I didn't let my curiosity let me get me out of bed and see who was messing with paper. Are you an introvert or an extrovert? Now, I actually don't know. There's times when I can be social, and there's days where I can't, and I don't know what that means, but I'd say I'm more extrovert than introvert. Would I? I don't know. There's days where I just don't want to be around people, even if I know them. I don't want to go. And then there's days where I'm really just like talking to people, making sure they're alright, asking if they're okay, and just people I don't even know. Because that's how I made most of my friends, just going up to them. So I'd say I'm a bit of both, but I'd say I've been more intro recently, which sucks a lot, but I'll fix that. Who was your first crush? My first crush ever? Okay, I'll tell you guys my first grade crush. I'm not gonna tell you guys my kindergarten crush, but my first grade crush was this girl named Anaya Rice. I had a crush on her. Anaya, if you're watching this, hope everything's well. Haven't seen you since first grade. You ended up moving. Do you collect anything? Sorta. The things I collect are most of the time really, really old coins, like pennies and nickels and dimes and quarters. If I get any change, I look at it, look at the year, look at it, like flip it over and stuff, and I go, okay, this is one of the quarters that I'm not gonna use for money. But I keep it all in the same jar though. But when I do grab change before I leave, I make sure I don't grab any of the old quarters because I like them. What song would you say best sums you up? I don't know why I put this here. There's a lot of music that I say sums me up. I'll give 3 songs. They're gonna be sad, by the way. The first song I say is Creep by Radiohead. I like that song a lot, like so much. The second song I say is Snail by Cave Town.
I just wanna scrape my knees, cry until my mommy sees, popsicle to make a mess all over my Sunday best.
And I'll play little clips of them. And the third song, now this is gonna sound bad, but my third song is gonna be Hate Myself by NF.
I don't see you like I should. You look so misunderstood, and I wish I could help, but it's hard when I hate myself.
Now I know you're like, whoa. Listen to that song. That song just touches me in the heart. Every time I hear that, I'm gonna cry. I make sure to skip that song sometimes if I'm really not feeling it, but when I am in my dark moods, I do listen to it just to let out everything that I'm holding in. But Hate Myself by NF, that, I feel like that was written for me. If you had a warning label, what would yours say? I thought this video would be much longer, but if I had a warning label, mine would say, warning, short temper. I have really, really bad anger issues. A lot of my friends don't know that, and I try to keep it that way because my anger issues are bad to the point where I feel like I just shouldn't be around people. Like I'm low-key a monster a little bit. So I kind of keep that side away from some of my friends. But for those who are watching, hey friends, I have anger issues, really bad ones. So if I end up disappearing after something happens, it's because I'm trying not to say things I don't mean. Which of your 5 senses would you say is your strongest? I'd say my hearing. What was the last book you read? The last book I read was, what is it called? Frankenstein. What's the most daring thing you've ever done? It was probably when I went to this abandoned parking lot with some of my buddies. I'm not gonna name them because I don't want to get them in trouble. And it's still abandoned to this day. I wonder what they're gonna do with that. But we went up there, checked out the view, ate some sandwiches. It was cool. I ended up writing a story off of it. What do you do to keep fit? Now, you know I already had to put this in. You know what I'm saying? I'm a fit dude, you know what I'm saying? Nah, but all jokes aside, I put this in so I can say that I have a fast metabolism. An extremely fast one. I'm really lucky to have it because I feel like without it, it'd be much harder to be where I am right now. What celebrity would you like to meet at Starbucks for a cup of coffee? I'm gonna say Vanessa Hudgens. She is beautiful. And I know I'm young. Maybe black guys aren't her type either, which is fine. If I'm your type and you want to just get to know me before I'm old enough to date you, I'd go for some Starbucks. I've never actually had Starbucks like myself. Like I've had someone's Starbucks and I didn't like it. It was a pink drink. Disgusting. But yeah, Vanessa Hudgens, please Hit me up. Is there anything you wish would come back into fashion? I like this one because I wanted to say skinny jeans. And my last question, I'm glad I only chose 40 because this video is 30 minutes. Do you dislike surprises? Why or why not? I do. But it depends on the surprise. If it's a surprise party, that's fine. But I do dislike surprises. I don't like when someone just shows up at my house. Even you can be, well, I don't have a girlfriend anymore, but you could be my girlfriend and I'd still be pretty angry because I don't like the thought of being unprepared for someone. Because like, again, like I'm not always going to be prepared to look at someone or be ready to go somewhere. And then if I already have plans too and someone just shows up and wants to hang, I have to cancel everything that was already planned, get ready, then leave the house. Like that's just a pet peeve of mine. So if you ever show up and I end up turning you down, don't take it personal. It's just me being me. I just don't like that. Most of the times I will go outside though because I'll feel bad. But yeah, I don't like surprises. I also don't like random FaceTimes either. I'm sorry. Just please tell me if you want to FaceTime. I'm sorry. Alright guys, well, that's all of the questions. That's 40 questions with Jmiles. This video is 30 minutes. I'll trim out all the dead space, of course, make it a bit shorter. But here's a little message from yours truly. Thank you guys so much for your questions. Honestly, it means a lot to me. I have more planned for this channel. I got a few games. I learned how to set up my face cam, learned how to edit better. I'm killing it in school, so that doesn't get in my way of YouTube. I'm tired of it slowing me down. I've also got Cold War now, so maybe some live streams on that. I just want to say thank you guys for your support, your likes, your comments, and your views. Like, it means a lot to me, really. I don't gain anything from this at all. There was a chance where I could have got paid for it, but I don't want to make money from YouTube. I like the thought of me being able to like play whatever song I want or do whatever I want without having to worry about getting striked or claimed. Because once you monetize your channel, you lose a bit of freedom because you can't use certain songs or anything without someone wanting it back or wanting to take your video down. So I enjoy the freedom that I have without having to worry about making money off this platform. Again, thank you guys a lot. It means everything to me. And yeah, I think that's all I have to say. This video is definitely going to come out before my third part of Minecraft because I don't want to post that until I record some of it, which I might do today. That's all I gotta say. Like, drop a like, share with your friends. Won't hurt. They can learn more about me and learn more about the guy you watch on YouTube, which is me. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Learn everything for the first time again. I just wanna be a kid. I just wanna be a kid. But I don't wanna be a kid who was born like this.